everyone. Today I'm going to be doing my July favourites, and I know I'm late in the game doing this because we are halfway through August already. So, but I thought I would do them anyway because I've found some real things this month that I have very much liked. So let's get started straight away with skincare. There's been a moisturiser that I discovered this month and I have really loved it. It's the Korres 24-hour moisturising brightening cream, and it's wild rose, I assume in the fragrance, or it has extract of wild rose in it. And I will put this on in the morning, so I will cleanse, tone, put my serum on, and then I'll pat a small amount of the Korres moisturiser into my skin. And the reason why I really like this is because my skin just drinks it up, it soaks it up straight away. I've been having a problem recently with product pilling, which is what I would imagine it is called. Basically, the creams that I've been using are so thick that when I put my foundation on over the top and start buffing it in with my Real Techniques buffing brush, the moisturiser that I've put on before kind of pills and it takes all of the product off, which is really frustrating, especially when you're in a rush. So the good thing about this is that it sinks in straight away. I heard that to stop product pilling, you've got to wait 10 minutes in between every product that you apply. Who's got 10 minutes to wait for their moisturiser to sink in before they put their foundation on in the morning? Because I certainly don't. And this has really stopped me having to do any waiting around. I can put this on, wait maybe a couple of seconds on my skin, has already drunk it in. The downside of this is that it's only got SPF 6 in it, and I will come to sun creams at the end of this video because I need help, guys. I need some help with the sun cream department. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was another moisturiser, but it's a body moisturiser, and this is the Soap & Glory Sugar Crush Body Butter Cream. That's right. And this smells so good. It's the best moisturiser you could get for the summer. It smells like a cocktail. It's got this brown sugar lime scent to it. The great thing about this is that it's so thick that you don't really need that much of it. So although, I mean, it's not that pricey, it's about 10 or 11 pounds. I will check that and put this information down below. But it lasts for such a long time and it really makes your skin feel so moisturised afterwards. And Rob has commented recently that my skin's been feeling nice and soft and that I smell like a lime, which I'm taking as a compliment because I like the smell of lime. It's got the sweetness of the sugar in it, which is kind of cut by the tanginess of the lime, so I really like that. I'll put it on after I've had a shower and towel dried off, and it doesn't feel tacky for too long, so you can get dressed quite quickly afterwards. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is the Garnier Sandler watercolour blush. And there was a lot of hype about this on YouTube, especially I noticed that Essie was really liking these. In fact, he created a blush just for her, so that's pretty amazing. These are nothing like I've ever experienced before. The great thing about these is that it gives such a natural looking colour afterwards, and it really does last all day long. I never feel like I need to reapply blush. I'm wearing, at the moment, the colour Flush, which is kind of a mauvey pink colour, and I think this would be really good on a lot of skin tones. This is pretty tricky to apply and it took me about a week to get used to it, and it could leak. Mine has certainly leaked a little bit, so I usually take the lid off before I shake it up, and you have to shake it because it separates off into the thick pigmented section here and a more liquidy section at the top, so you shake that. It's got a kind of ball bearing in the middle to help the liquid combine. And then I tap out a couple of drops onto my hand, and I've tried a couple of different brushes for this. Let me get them. So the brushes I've tried for applying the Garnier Sandler watercolour blush have been both Real Techniques brushes. I've used the stippling brush, which was recommended. Essie recommended using the stippling brush, and it worked okay, but the problem for me was the product pilling thing. It was kind of taking away parts of my moisturiser and mixing. It wasn't mixing the colour into my skin. It was kind of pulling it away. So I've stopped using that, and I have just gone for using the Real Techniques blush brush, which is it's so soft and really kind of buffs that colour in nicely, and I found real success with that. You only need a couple of drops of this stuff or you will look way overdone, so be careful with how much you apply and make sure you find the right brush for you. It dries quite quickly as well, so you have to work it in, you know, don't mess around, just when you do your makeup, get it done quickly. The next thing that I have been loving, not just for the month of July, I've been loving this since about May, and I had run out of my Clinique Even Better Eyes, which is kind of a pigmented eye cream, and it did absolutely nothing. It didn't correct my bags at all, so I decided to have a go with the Garnier Roll-On Concealer, and it's the two-in-one version. It is, let me check. I've written down the prices of these things. It's £10.50 from Boots, and it's basically the same thing. It's a roll-on cooling ball in the top, which applies quite a thin liquid, which will take down, the coolness takes down the puffiness in your eyes, and the colour corrects the darkness. And I really, really suffer with bad bags. It doesn't matter how much sleep I've had, it's genetic, and it's something that I've just got to live with. And I find that if I'm having one of those days where I don't have time to kind of pat the concealer in and then press the powder in, I can just wipe it in and go. It's really quick and easy to use, and it's pretty much foolproof. You don't ever look cakey in it, and I'm absolutely loving it. And I've repurchased it, which just goes to show how much of a good product it is. The last makeup item I wanted to talk about is the YSL Gloss Volupte in number 49, and I was really after a lovely pink with blue tones, because blue tones in pinks and reds really bring out the whiteness in your teeth. A gloss. I've got loads of lipsticks, and I went through this big lipstick phase, and now I'm kind of looking back for more glosses, going back to kind of the 90s days when I would be obsessed with wearing pink lip glosses every day. And I'm so attracted to the YSL packaging. It's this beautiful, you've got the colour of the lip gloss here, and then a silver band here with the YSL branding here, and then a gold top. And the lady on the counter straight away made a beeline for this colour and said that it was good for my skin tone. She's a salesman, so I take most things with a pinch of salt that come from salesmen, but she was right, I really, really like it. The doe foot applicator is kind of bent, which is perfect for applying not at a strange angle, and it gets so much product onto this that you don't have to keep dipping in, and you can get quite a thick coverage just with one swipe. So if you would like to have maybe a thinner, more sheer gloss, then you can kind of tap it in and blend it in. The great thing about this stuff is that it's not sticky. I don't find that my lips feel tacky at all. It's really moisturising, in fact, which is a rarity in lip glosses, I find. So I really love that colour, and I've been wearing it most days this summer. Okay, last of the makeup favourites is this Essie nail polish called Sunday Fun Day, and I think it's such a fun summery colour. It's kind of an exact in between for pink and orange. It's not really a true coral, I wouldn't say. It is a real split between orange and pink. The only qualm I've got with this is that it's got quite a slim applicator, or slim brush. I really prefer the thick brushes, but this is just one coat. I mean, I probably could have done with an extra coat for longevity, but it goes on really thickly. It's got very opaque coverage, and it lasts for a really long time. It's got a very small amount of shimmer running through it, but nothing in your face. So great nail polish colour for the summer. I've got one unfavourite this month, and that is the La Roche-Posay sun cream. It's the Extreme Matte Fluid, and it's in SPF 30. And I bought this because I've got really sensitive skin. It's very acne prone, and I was looking for a high protection sun cream that I could wear on my face. And this is all well and good if you are just going to be sunbathing and not doing anything else. But as a day-to-day sun cream, this is absolutely like awful for me, because the consistency is very liquid, but at the same time it doesn't rub in very well. It doesn't sink into your skin. It just sits on the surface and it's white, and don't even think about putting makeup on top of it because it just combines and does that product peeling that I've been whinging about this video. So please, can somebody recommend a high, well, a factor 30 sun cream that I can wear on, you know, with my moisturiser underneath my makeup that will not give me so much grief? Anybody got any ideas? I'd love to hear them. Please put them in the comments section below. Fashion favourites for this month are these misguided shoes, which I talked about in my Closet Confidential video. And no, I haven't just got a black one and a white one. I bought multiple pairs of these because I thought they were so great. I've got a pair in black and in white. In fact, I bought 2 pairs in the white, and they've got the strap at the front, the strap that goes around your ankle, and the heel height is the perfect height. It's not so low that you look frumpy. It's not so high that you need to see a doctor following wearing them. They're perfect. The material is not leather, which, you know, is the only thing I would make a fuss out of. And they have a bit of a strange plastic smell, but other than that, they're so comfortable and stylish, and I feel like you could wear them for lots of different occasions. For example, I have worn mine out for dinner, I've worn mine out for lunch, I've worn mine out for a night of dancing. They're really kind of classy and versatile, and I love them. I've been wearing them a lot this month. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was a book that I have loved in the month of July, and I've just finished it today. And I started it in July, and then I kind of forgot all about it, and I started reading How to not How to Kill a Mockingbird. It's a tutorial of how to kill endangered species. How to Kill a Mockingbird. I started reading that and I forgot all about this book, and it is called The Husband's Secret, and it's by an author called Leanne Moriarty, and she's an Australian author, and I just finished it today, and oh my goodness, it's so exciting. It follows the lives of some women who are middle-aged and one lady who's a little older, which is completely different from the books that I'm usually drawn to. I usually like reading about people who are my age because I can empathise with them more. So this was very different from what I'm used to, and I'm so glad that I read it. So these ladies, there is Cecilia, who is a mother of 3 and she's super organised, and there's a lady called Tess who is quite shy and is having marriage troubles, and then there is an older lady called Rachel whose daughter was murdered 28 years before the book is, when the book is set. And it's not really a thriller, because I came across this book after being recommended, after I'd finished reading the 2 thriller books, Before I Go to Sleep and also Gone Girl. I read those 2 and I was suddenly really captured by the thriller genre, and I was therefore recommended The Husband's Secret. And don't be put off by the beginning and thinking this isn't for me because these ladies are older than perhaps you are and you can't empathise, because it is such an exciting book and the characters are so vivid. I'm definitely going to be reading more by that author because she really makes you feel so close to the characters that you read about. I mean, there are other books out there that have different chapters from different points of view. Twilight comes to mind, and I remember kind of reading Twilight and skipping ahead for Jacob's chapters because I didn't really care about his point of view as much as I cared about Bella's. And this one, I loved every single character equally. I didn't feel like I was hurrying through any chapters. It was a great book, and I had a bit of a cry at parts, but then again, I'm a bit of a crier and I cry at adverts, so I don't know how much of a review that is. But so that's it for my July favourites. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, because then my videos will pop up in your subscription box when you log in. If you have any questions or suggestions, please put them in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you and to get replying to you as well. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!